So, I'm Joshua Varkichako. I'm 14 years old. I live in Bangalore, but I come from Kerala. I have been learning Blender for a year, and I've been very interested in 3D modeling and animation. And I've learned V-Ray, Maya, 3ds Max, and I'm more skilled in Blender. I have done 11 projects so far, and I've started the internship since the 5th of July. So these are my skills: Blender, Maya, and V-Ray, and 3ds Max. And so the second project I've worked on before is the drill. So it's a rechargeable power drill, which is cordless. So it took me 2 or 3 weeks to make, since it was one of my first few projects. So they are 4 separate objects that are combined together to make this drill, like the bit, and the cylinder was made to make this part, and the cube was made to make the bottom, and it was connected through merge vertices. Each vertex was connected. So this was the book mock-up for the enlightening findings of an entrepreneur mother. It took me a couple of days to make it. So I used a cube to make the shape of the book, and from there I shrunk down the pages to make it look more book-like, and I added the cover that I added the cover that I was sent. I made this in Blender. So this was actually the first project I made when coming here. It is a perfume bottle. It may not look like that because there's no branding on it, but and since it was one of the first starting ones, this also took 2 or 3 weeks. So the liquid inside is not as realistic as needed, but it looks somewhat like a perfume. So, and this is the scene, the entire scene, with the smoke in the background and the table. I got this from, I used the smoke emitters to create the smoke in the background. This is the Colgate toothbrush. See, I started this project so I could work more on particles. So like these hairs, the bristles are created with the hair particle. So that was very interesting to learn more about them. And each detail on it is made with a modifier, like the Boolean modifier and the subdivision surface modifier. So I also created a toothbrush holder with it, as you can see. So it's like a little cup and a little holder that extrudes from it. And this is the chessboard. The first project I've made in Maya. So it's the classic strategy game recreated in Maya, and it's depicted with a stone finish, a glossy stone finish. See, I created each piece. The horse was actually the hardest one to make because it's actually the most detailed out of all of these. The rest weren't as difficult as the horse. I spent a few days doing them. So this is the Thanos sculpture. Initially, it was supposed to be a general sculpture of a head, but I modeled it in the way that it looked more like Thanos than anything else. So I textured it and modeled it of the infamous Marvel villain made in Blender. This is the first sculpture I made, the first and only sculpture I made. So this backdrop is very simple. I initially made it for another model seen ahead, but that model didn't exactly fit with this. This had lesser detail and the model had more. So so this is a separate project in itself. I used geometry nodes to spread the flowers and the grass, and I used the tracker constraint to make the rays point towards the sun. So these are the fireworks. This is my most recent project. I finished this in a couple days. So as you can see, it is animated. Thank you. So this is the chick model. So I initially created this as to render it out as a profile picture to use on various software places where I would post my models, and this became part of the projects. It has a little flame of passion in its eye because it's supposed to be very stylized and cartoony compared to an actual real life chick. So this is the fire. So it was seen in the eyes of the chick. So I animated this like so. All these made in Blender. So this is the iPhone 15 Pro Max, the first 3ds Max project, and of the newest iPhone phone. It has a blue titanium cover and an amazing camera apparently. So it took me a few tries to actually figure out how to get to the end product, and I was so relieved when I did. So thanks to the renderer, it came out very realistic. Thank you.
Joshua, first of all, your projects are very nice.
Thank you.
I really appreciate your dedication to your work and especially your sincerity.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I would just like to understand what exactly fascinates you to continue in animation. Like, exactly what is it that drives you to do the animation projects? How did you even drive to this field initially?
So initially, like, I wanted to try doing 3D animation or some sort of animation for like the movement or making the models. So like in the movies you see all those. I wanted to make that because like I'm not that great of a drawer and I wanted to do this in 3D. So I started my first project last year in October, I think, and it was a really good experience. On November, I made a birthday project for my friend's birthday. So yeah, I think I was also more inspired by one of my friends who was also into 3D animation, Blender, and I was towards that direction. I was directed towards Blender because starting out it was a free and nice to use software. So nowadays I also still use Blender because I feel it's more user friendly.
So in animation, there are many subfields, right? It's not just one thing.
Yes.
You have made some stills in certain places. You'll make moving objects. Am I right?
Yes.
So many other things are there. So are you aware about all the, or at least some of the subfields of the animation in the job market, from the perspective of the job market? Tomorrow, if you go in the job market as a freelancer, or you might go as a job also, full-time job. Okay, so in that case, are you aware that what are the kind of opportunities available for any animator?
Actually, yes. I've researched a few that are prop editor. So like many of these models are props for scenes, and then there's a creature and animator, modeler, creator, and vehicle creator. Then there's visual effects, actually, which I haven't delved too deep into. I have for the firework and the fire project, I have done some for the VFX, and then there's actual animating and character animation and sculpting.
So in which subfield of the animation, suppose if we say animation as a whole, then in which subfield are you interested to work in future? Have you thought about it?
Well, out of all of them, I can't really choose one, but I'm leaning towards creature development, creature and animal creator, and prop maker. Prop
Makers, basically.
Prop creator.
Prop creator. Okay. Okay, nice. Can you just open that crackers one again? Can you just switch it on again? That one. Yeah.
Okay.
Can we see it one more time? Can you add text in this?
I can.
You could?
Yeah.
Can you just create one Happy Diwali post or whatever with this kind of animation, or little more also maybe, with different color combinations and all?
Yes, actually.
And I need many color combinations if possible in the sky, like purple and reddish, that fire kind of thing. And can you just write Happy Diwali from the whole team of Econstruct? Can you create that for us?
Yes, I can. All of which I can actually do all of it in Blender itself.
Okay.
So what happened in this project is that the fireworks, there's one emitter where the particles, these fireworks particles, see, these are particles, so they draw the form from one object, and that one object has one texture. The way I got...
Open the file and show.
Okay. Over here, the particles. So now the water is is visualized wrong than from in the render view. So the particles over here, they're each different ones, so I can time them differently. So each of them go off in different time. And this object over here, this red one over there, that is what is making the fireworks, the shape and the color. It has an object info node that makes every time it gets duplicated or every time the texture is used on different things, it has a random color out of red, orange, yellow, and a reddish orange. So it'll select out of those. So creating more color combinations will be, I will just have to change these.
Okay.
It's not that complex after you set it up.
Okay, nice. You can actually start working on the moving animation now if you're interested in that. Yeah?
Yeah.
Can we make some 1 minute kind of a ad film or something with the characters and all? Can we create some characters? Can we create one character for, say, our life engineering? Something that will depict a boy with, I mean, just like you showed that another character, yellow color, what was that?
The chick.
Chick, yeah. So can we make one character for our life engineer, something different, something that is not, we have not seen anywhere in any of the animation films, our own. Can you just do it by your own imagination? Will it be possible?
I could try.
You can try? Okay, that one thing. So that's all for now.